Alright guys, today we're going to talk about clutches, modifying clutches, repairing your clutches. First off, you're going to need a couple tools here. Now, this is the biggie right here. You can actually take one of these clutches apart with a flathead screwdriver and a hammer, but it is quite challenging. The first clutch I took apart, I didn't have this tool, and it was really quite the pain in the ass, but went to AutoZone, picked up one of these things, actually modified mine a little bit, specifically for these little clutches. You see right there, it's got that circle clamp ring there. What you want to do, you get that in there, spread that apart, pop out that little ring, and the whole thing disassembles. Now, a lot of times your clutch might not even be bad, guys. You got to take in mind the weight of your cart. Now, kind of smaller carts like this, these centrifugal clutches actually work all right, just straight out the box. Like either whether you order one from Amazon or go to your Tractor Supply and get one. On a light cart, they'll work just fine. Now, if you're trying to run a centrifugal clutch on a big old heavy cart, I don't know if y'all have seen my previous videos, the Bowser cart, this thing was huge. I mean, it had the roll cage with a big old Manco. The back tires were like rider tractor tires. I mean, this thing was heavy. And I had this problem. Every time I stopped, it'd kill the cart. So I looked into it, and I was just thinking stupid shit, like, oh, something wrong with my carburetor, or you know, but after a little bit of investigating on the tube, figured out how to modify these things. Pretty simple, but a good way to tell, guys, that if it's your clutch, just set the back of your cart up on some blocks, start it, and just hit your brake. You know what I mean? Let the wheels roll and just hit your brake. If you hit that brake and your cart dies, your clutch is malfunctioning. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's got something to do with just the weight and the big, huge tires like mine. It had them big, huge lawn tractor tires on it. I'm talking they were heavy, guys. And it was stalling out my clutch. So what we had to do here was figure out, well, how can we fix that? I get on YouTube and I find this guy. It was actually kind of a crude video, it kind of looks like my videos, not really trying. But yeah, he popped this baby apart, pulled that top thing off there. There's a little spring that goes all the way around this thing. You just clip off 3 or 4 of them links in that spring, tie it back together, put it all back in there, put it back together, and you got a modified clutch, you guys. Now, this clutch right here, I've only popped like 2 springs out of it, but this is my burner clutch. This is my peel-out clutch. I put this clutch on this go-kart. This go-kart will actually roll a little bit when I start it. Now, this clutch I got on here now, I popped out about 4 springs. It's my cruiser clutch, you know what I'm saying? You can start this thing right now, and the go-kart won't even roll. But my other clutch is my burner clutch. But let me show you right here what I'm talking about. Full throttle. Like I said, not rolling anywhere. That's my soft clutch. Now this is my kicker. But these things are real easy to modify, guys. You just need that tool right there, that little spreader right there. You might even have to take a grinder there and like I did mine, because how they come, I don't know, the tips of them were too big and I couldn't get them in the little circles in the clip there. So I grind it down a little bit, made them specifically for these clutches. But yeah, a lot of times there ain't even nothing wrong with your clutch, guys. You know what I mean? It's just wore out, And I've modified these clutches, but you're only going to take out so many springs before this thing is completely done. You can remove the springs to one time, it'll run fine. Next time, you could probably remove maybe a couple more, but after that, you're not going to be able to get that spring to stretch around that clutch anymore. It's going to be done. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. But these things are real easy to work on. And it's real easy to tell if it's your clutch that's fucking up. You know what I mean? And not like your engine itself. Like I said, lift the rear end up, put a cinder block underneath it, fire it up. If it stays running while it's going, and then you hit the brakes and it dies, that's your clutch. Guaranteed. Now, me personally, guys, I don't like using them torque converters. Them are another way you can avoid this type of madness. But you know, really a $15 pair of pliers, guys, and you can just do it yourself. But I don't like those torque converter clutches, guys. You know what I mean? I mean, they're cool. They seem like they work well, but you know, fact of the matter is I don't want to buy another part. You know what I mean? With them torque converters, not only do you got to buy a chain, you got to buy a damn belt too. It's just ridiculous. You know, use these things and you can modify them. Now, like I said, straight out the box, you throw this on a light cart, probably going to do all right. You know, a little wheelbase. But if you're going to throw this thing on a big old huge Manco Dingo, a big heavy cart with a big axle, big rear tires, this thing will fail on you. You know what I mean? Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And you have to absolutely modify it. But super simple to do, guys. Yeah. Centrifugal clutch.